autumn of 1963, I joined the Royal Navy. As a cadet at Dartmouth, where I learned to fly the venerable Tiger Moth, followed the next year by basic training on the much-loved and forgiving Chipmunk at Linton in Yorkshire. At Culdrose, I started my helicopter training, firstly on the Little Hiller and then the Whirlwind and the Wessex. Somehow I managed to satisfy my instructors and received my wings in July 1965. That autumn I joined 815 Squadron and HMS Ark Royal in Singapore. A year later I moved to 820 Squadron and HMS Eagle as a lieutenant and the instrument rating instructor, before finishing my 5-year commission at Portland, showing new pilots how to find submarines. I continued to fly helicopters with Bristows in Trinidad, Sumatra, Iran, Denmark and Aberdeen, before moving to British Airways in 1977. There I was chief pilot of firstly the Sikorsky S-58T, and then was responsible for introducing the S-76 and finally the Westland 30 into service. My flying career ended in 1983. During those years I started writing poetry, and some 15 years ago read a poem entitled Flying West by a Trans-World Airline pilot, Captain Michael Larkin. It's a great poem and embraces the worldwide club that all pilots belong to. However, some parts were very American, and so I adapted some of the words to a more British and I hope more expressive style. Michael Larkin was kind enough to allow me to publish my modestly changed version. Flying West by Michael J. Larkin, partly adapted by Tony Stafford, with permission from the author. I hope there's a place way up in the sky where pilots can go when they have to die, a place where a bloke can buy a cold beer for a friend and a comrade whose memory is dear. Just a quaint little place, kind of dark, full of smoke, where they like to sing loud and love a good joke. The kind of a place where a lady could go and feel safe and secure with the men she would know. There must be a place where all pilots go when their wings become weary and their airspeed gets low, where the whiskey is smooth and the women are young, and songs about flying and dying are sung, where you'd see all the fellows who'd flown west before, and they'd call out your name as you come through the door, who would buy you a drink if your thirst should be bad, and relate to the others, he was quite a good lad. And then through the mist you'd spot an old guy you'd not seen for years, though he taught you to fly. He'd nod his grey head and grin ear to ear and say, "Welcome, my son, I'm pleased that you're here. For this is the place where true flyers come, when the battles are over and the wars have been won. They've come here at last to be safe and alone from the noise and the pain of the journey they've flown, where the hours are all happy and the sun always shines, and the boys in the crew room can shoot their bold lines and relax with a cool one and a well-deserved rest. This is heaven, my son. You've passed your last test."